Halo 3 is one of the best Halo games ever made, and it is easily in my top 3 favorite Halo games. Probably out of any Halo game, I probably played and replayed this game the most out of the first 3 Halo games that Bungie made. This game has some big things to uphold because this game was going to be the end of the Human Covenant War. We have many characters that we have been in, that have been in the franchise for a while that, they need a satisfying ending. And this is the end of the trilogy that Bungie was making, and also it was going to be the last Halo game, so Bungie needed to end it off correctly. So obviously this wasn't the last Halo game, but I feel like this was the last Halo game that Bungie actually wanted to make themselves. While both ODST and Reach, while good games, they are both games that it's clear that Bungie made it because Microsoft just wanted them to, and they didn't actually want to make those games. However, Halo 3 is still fantastic, and I love it so much, so let's go ahead and talk about it.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck.
The graphics in this game are probably the best that Halo has ever looked, and it's probably the style you think of the most when you think of Halo. So Halo 3 doesn't really introduce any new characters, however the Arbiter does join your side this time, and his friendship with Master Chief is just so great in this game. Seeing him as someone that Chief pulls a gun on immediately to someone who is there for him at the end of the game is just so great, which it's not just the Arbiter who is on your side in this game, but also the Elites, which it is fun fighting alongside them, especially since they were your enemies for the first 2 games. The Brutes replaced the Elite position as the leaders of the Covenant that you run into, and they aren't as annoying or as hard as they are in Halo 2, and I know some people might complain about that, but to me, this actually makes them fun to fight, unlike in Halo 2 where they were just bullet sponges. The gameplay hasn't changed at all from Halo 2 or Halo Combat Evolved, because, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my philosophy. Other than the fact that, you can use items in this game that, you find throughout the game, you can use the bubble shield, you can get regeneration, you can get deployed cover, or you can become invisible, and these are, so much fun. And while I'm not a fan of a lot of them, like the radar or flare, I still like using them, and especially with the bubble shield probably being my favorite one out of all of them. Throughout the game, you'll have moments where Cortana shows up and, she'll say some random lines which slow you down and just make you move very slow, which it is kind of annoying, but I have never really minded. It was always just something that just happened. So I mentioned my feelings on the multiplayer in the last 2 Halo videos I made, but I'm not really going to mention it this time, and probably won't mention it again with any of the other Halo videos, because to be honest, the multiplayer was always just a fun side thing that I honestly never really put that much time into. And I always played and preferred the campaign when it came to Halo. And that's what I want to talk about. But, to me, the multiplayer was always, my opinion on the multiplayer hasn't changed. It is just, it's fun, it's alright, but I prefer the campaign. However, I will mention, that Halo 3 was the first game that added Forge, which, allows you to create your own maps. And while, I never got good at it, or while I never really liked it, Forge is really big in the fan base. The fan base loves Forge, to the point that people screamed that Halo Infinite should have been cancelled because it wasn't going to have it on launch. Yeah, remember that, and don't try to deny it like you always do, crybabies. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the campaign.
This ain't good.
Damn. How far did he fall?
2 kilometers, easy.
Stay sharp. Gorman?
His armor's locked up. Gel layer could have taken most of the impact. I don't know, Sergeant Major.
Radio for Vito. Heavy lift gear. We're not leaving him here.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh, crazy fool. Why do you always jump? One of these days, you're gonna land on something as stubborn as you are. And I don't do bits and pieces. Where is she, Chief? Where's Cortana?
Don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it.
She stayed behind.
Corporal, make it quick.
Sorry, sir. Your armor's still in partial lockdown.
Chief, wait! The Arbiter's with us! Come on now. We've got enough to worry about without you two trying to kill each other.
Were it so easy. We must go. The brutes have our scent.
Then they must love the smell of hero.
So the campaign in Halo 3 isn't like how Halo 2 was, where the game went deeply into the Covenant and what they believe had this very deep story. Halo 3 doesn't really have that. In fact, the story can basically... It can basically be boiled down to kill aliens, stop Halo, the end. But I honestly kind of prefer this. Now, the story of this game isn't entirely that, but I have seen it meme that way a lot when looking at the first 3 Halo games. So the game starts right where Halo 2 ended, with Master Chief falling out of the sky and crash landing on Earth, which this cutscene honestly just shows how stupid it is that Chief can die from fall damage in the first game. So you have to fight through the jungle and reach Bravo, but then Sergeant Johnson gets kidnapped by some brutes, so you have to go and save him, and this is the first time you fight the Gravity Hammer brutes, who take loads of damage and are hard to kill, and can kill you in one hit, and I love them. I didn't mention it before, but I didn't mention it before because Halo 3 doesn't really add any new weapons. It has every weapon that has been in Halo up to this point, but the one weapon it did add was the Gravity Hammer, which is a lot of fun to use and can hit more enemies in one swing than the Energy Sword can. Either way, you save Johnson and then goes to Crow's Nest.
Oh man, he's here. We're gonna be
Where did you find him?
Napping, out back.
I'll bet. It's good to see you, Chief.
Likewise, ma'am.
Let's get you up to speed. The Prophet of Truth's ships breached the lunar perimeter, smashed what was left of the home fleet. Terrestrial casualties from the subsequent bombardment were extreme. Truth could have landed anywhere, but he committed all his forces here, East Africa, the ruins of New Mombasa. Then they started digging.
What about Halo?
We stopped it, but only temporarily. Now the Prophet of Truth is looking for something called the Ark, where he'll be able to fire all the Halo rings. If he succeeds, humanity, the Covenant, every sentient being in the galaxy.
The rings will kill us all.
Ma'am, I have Lord Hood.
Patch him through.
Good news, Commander Keyes?
Good as it gets, sir.
So I see. What's your status, son?
Green, sir.
Glad to hear it. Commander's come up with a good plan, but without you, I wasn't sure we could pull it off.
Truth's ships are clustered above the excavation site, and his infantry has deployed anti-aircraft batteries around the perimeter. But if we neutralize one of the batteries, punch a hole in Truth's defenses...
I'll initiate a low-level strike. Hit him right where it hurts. I only have a handful of ships, Master Chief. It's a big risk, but I'm confident...
Hell, not again.
Emergency generators, now!
Shielding failed. They're down and charging.
As soon as they're up, re-establish contact with Lord Hood. Let him know...
All of you vermin, cowering in the dirt, thinking, what, I wonder, that you might escape the coming fire? No, your world will burn until its surface is but glass, and not even your demon will live to creep, blackened from its hole to mar the reflection of our passage, the culmination of our journey. For your destruction is the will of the gods, and I am their instrument.
Cocky bastard just loves to run his mouth.
Does he usually mention me?
Give the order, we're closing shop.
Ma'am?
We're about to get hit.
All personnel.
They're wounded.
Defense Code Alpha
We're getting
1,
all of them
prepare for
out.
Immediate evacuation.
I have to carry him myself.
Ma'am, squad leaders are requesting a rally point. Where should they go?
To war.
Now, I love Crow's Nest. Throughout the entire level, you have to fight through basically an old military base. And you basically see every part of this base, going throughout, like, clearing Covenant. And then you decide to leave a bomb for them to blow up the base. They would defuse it, so you have to go back, reactivate it, and then head out through the service elevator in the hangar.
This place will become your home. This place will become your tomb.
Now, Chasavo Highway is a level where you go from one area to the end, and honestly, it feels like a straight line. But I do like this level. It's fun, and the first time you fight some waves and choppers, which are like the new brute vehicles in this game, and they get destroyed so easily, and it can be hard to shoot sometimes. So after you knock down the barriers on the road, you have to fight your way to the AA gun, stopping Lord Hood's ship from shooting on the Prophet of Truth. So you fight your way through, and this is the first time you fight a Scarab in this game. And unlike Halo 2, you have to actually destroy the reactor core on them in order for them to explode. I have no idea what just happened here. So you make your way through and destroy the gun, and now Lord Hood can start bombarding Truth's ship.
All ships, fire at will.
This is the way the world ends.
What did Truth just do? Did he activate the rings?
No, sir. But he certainly did something.
Evac wounded and regroup. Wherever Truth went.
Sir, new contact slipping in.
What is it? More brutes?
Worse.
Now, I have made it no secret in my last 2 Halo videos that I do not like the Flood. In my opinion, when they show up is when both previous games drop in quality and go from a great game to a good game, and even from a masterpiece to a great game. The Flood and Flood levels have never been fun to me, and they've always felt too long, and the Flood swarms you way too easily and move way too fast that I always just end up dying multiple times against them and end up just not having fun fighting them. To me, the Flood is the absolute worst thing about Halo. However, I actually like the Flood in Halo 3. I know third time's the charm, but to me, Halo 3 actually does the Flood correctly and make them a lot of fun. Now, I am going to go off topic for a while, but I want to talk about enemies that are designed to swarm and overwhelm the player, which I think can work, but also it's very easy to ruin them to the point that it ruins the game. The point of these enemies are, of course, to put pressure on the player and keep us on our toes and see if we can handle multiple enemies coming after us and attacking us, which I do think is great. However, it is very easy to make them unfun. If they move too fast and swarm you too much that you can't even hit them, or if they survive attacks that should have killed them, all of which causes you to die over and over and over again, then it stops being challenging and fun. And then it goes from being challenging and fun to just being challenging, and it goes past that bullshit meter in my mind when it comes to challenge. I don't know, I can't fully describe it, but Halo 3 does this right with the Flood still swarming the player like they used to. They still move faster than you. They can still kill you very quickly. However, they never reach that point. They never cross that line where they get frustrating or annoying to deal with. And I do think a big part of that is the levels, which, they have been reduced in size a lot compared to the old Flood levels. In previous games, Flood levels were always like the biggest and longest levels, where things basically always look the same, and they just last forever. However, I like that Floodgate is you literally just going back to the very beginning of the last mission, while Cortana has you going through the destroyed ruins of High Charity, and they don't last too long, and the Flood are fun to fight. Man, I really talked a lot about the Flood for this one level. So you fight your way to the Flood ship to get Cortana, and I have always found it funny that you can get a fully charged energy sword at the end of the level, and there are no enemies for you to use it on. It always felt like a joke to me.
Cortana!
Reclaimer. I must act quickly before your construct suffers any further trauma.
Leave her alone.
If we do not take this device to a safe location, somewhere I can make repairs.
On Halo, you tried to kill Cortana. You tried to kill me.
Protocol dictated my response. She had the activation index, and you were going to destroy my installation. You did destroy my installation. Now I have only one function: to help you, Reclaimer, as I always should have done.
Will it live, Oracle? Can it be saved?
Uncertain. This storage device has suffered considerable trauma. Its matrices are highly unstable.
Perhaps one of our technicians.
That will not be necessary.
Chief.
Success!
High Charity, the Prophet's holy city, is on its way to Earth, with an army of Flood. I can't tell you everything. It's not safe. The Gravemind, it knows I'm in the system.
It's just a message.
Let it play.
But it doesn't know about the portal, where it leads. On the other side, there's a solution, a way to stop the Flood, without firing the remaining Halo rings. Hurry, Chief. The Ark. There isn't much time.
I'm sorry.
No matter, Oracle. We've heard enough. Our fight is through the portal, with the brutes and the bastard truth.
Fine. We'll remain here. Hold out as long as we can.
Did you not hear? Your world is doomed. A Flood army, a Gravemind, has you in its sights. You barely survived a small contamination.
And you, shipmaster, just glassed half a continent. Maybe the flood isn't all I should be worried about.
One single flood spore can destroy a species. Were it not for the Arbiter's Council, I would have glassed your entire planet.
Sir, with respect, Cortana has a solution.
Cortana? Did you see her condition? How damaged she is? She could be corrupted for all we know. Her solution could be a flood trap.
We should go through the portal. Find out for sure.
What we should do, Commander, is understand, clearly, that this is humanity's final stand. Here, at Earth. We go, we risk everything. Every last man, woman, and child. If we stand our ground, we might just have a chance.
No. If your construct is wrong, then the Flood is already won.
I'll find Cortana's solution, and I'll bring it back.
Earth is all we have left. You trust Cortana that much?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Well, this is either the best decision you've ever made or the worst. Hell of it is, Chief. I doubt I'll live long enough to find out which.
So now time to attack the Ark, which honestly I have never liked just how much of a whiny baby Lord Hood comes off in this cutscene. I do like that it shows that even though they're working together, humanity and, the elites, they still have issues. They still have their issues with each other. However, Lord Hood he sounds so defeated, like he is ready to surrender everything, which always just got on my nerve. But this moment does bring up the idea of Chief's commanders giving up on Cortana, something that would come back in Halo 4, so that's neat. So either way, we fight through to get to the Ark, and we have one of the coolest intros for the Forward Until Dawn coming into land, which I get chills whenever this happens.
Bring her down.
Roger that. Beginning my descent.
Look! Up high! Here she comes! Is the Dawn rated for atmosphere? I guess we're gonna find out. Hey, take cover!
Also, I want to show the funniest moment in gaming history.
Here, this panel will activate a bridge.
I don't know what it is about this bridge, but every playthrough I have done of Halo 3, even with the original Xbox 360 version, at this moment, the AI of the Marines always messes up so badly that they have trouble moving across the bridge, and someone always drives off the edge every time, and I love it. Either way, we fight off a scarer and then discover the map of the Ark, and then head further in so we can be picked up. And I like that we have a one-on-one with this hammer brute, which is pretty fun.
We hit these 3 generators, and the barrier will fall?
A small section, yes.
Good enough. Johnson, drop the chief at the first generator, then head to the third. The elites will punch right down the middle.
Roger that.
Charlie, Foxtrot. Tower 1 approaches, active AAA.
Mayday! I can't control
Pelican down! Pelican down!
Brace yourselves, we're going in a little hot!
Pile out! Go, go, go!
So the UNSC and elites commission a full frontal assault against the Covenant to get to truth, and you have to knock out 3 barriers and fight 2 scarabs in order to get to truth. And now time to talk about a moment that honestly makes a lot of people mad, and that is Miranda's Key's death.
Johnson, sound off.
Get out of here!
Not without you.
You delay the inevitable. One of you will light the rings. You cannot hope to kill them all.
You're right.
Do it. Me and you. Now. No! Your forefathers wisely set aside their compassion, steeled themselves for what needed to be done.
Now, I do agree with everyone that it was dumb that she went by herself and didn't wait for backup to help Johnson after he was captured. However, this is something about her character that has been there since Halo 2, and that is she refuses to ask for help and she'll do what she wants. Johnson even calls her out on this for saying, calls her out, and, he says, your father never asked for help either. So this wasn't an out of character moment for her, and also her going after Johnson, yes, while dumb, because, there were too many, brutes in there, and they needed a human, so risking the chance of giving them 2 humans was stupid. However, it is shown that, she cares a lot about Johnson, to the point in Halo 2, she completely lets down her guard and looks away from the Arbiter to ask if Johnson is okay. And she didn't even do that much damage against the Arbiter, when her and Johnson fought the Arbiter in that cutscene in Halo 2. But she still put her guard down and looked away. Johnson is her friend, and we don't see her acting this way with anyone else. So it's clear, she cares a lot about him. So she's willing to sacrifice herself for her best friend. So many Halo fans say that, this moment was out of character, and it was stupid, and it ruined Miranda's character. But I disagree. This is who Miranda is. She doesn't ask for help, and she puts the care of her friends over the mission to the point it cost her twice. This is her character and who she is. And I feel like the reason people say Halo 3 ruined her is because Halo 2, she was given, some moments where, she fought and, she was kind of this badass, so everyone was cheering to, because, everyone was cheering, and yay, a woman is kicking ass, but, they're not actually paying attention to anything else other than that, and they ignore how she is, how she actually is, which is what causes her death. Either way, we team up with the Flood and kill the Prophet of Truth, and they are betrayed by the Flood, so we rush out of there, and we discover the rebuilt Halo ring, so we go to High Cherry to find Cortana and get the activation index.
I'll round up our survivors, fall back to the Dawn. Arbiter will do the same with the elites. Cortana's in there somewhere.
Now, Cortana is a level that a lot of Halo fans hate. But I actually like this level. And I don't do this on purpose. I don't always go and have the opposite opinion because I want to be different or I want to be that guy. But instead, I get my own opinion on stuff, and I don't just follow what one person says about something like a lot of people on the internet do, where, they will hear a YouTuber say something, and then that same line will be used and reused over and over again, whether something is good or not, And you find most people didn't actually play it, didn't actually try it, or give it a chance. And instead, they listen to some random person on the internet, listen to some, review or just some YouTuber, and, there's some random person saying what they think is objectively true, and then that's it. So, sometimes my opinion will be the same as everyone else's, because, that's how an opinion works. That's how having your own opinion actually works. Sometimes you agree completely with people, and other times you will be the only person saying the opposite opinion, because that is what it's like having your own thoughts. However, with that being said, I do like this mission, Cortana, and I love going through the destroyed ruins of High Charity and seeing the damage the flood has done on this place, and having both Cortana and the Grave Mind talking to you is perfect. And I love this moment where it feels like Cortana is talking to us, the player, rather than Chief, and it feels like she is breaking the fourth wall. So we get Cortana to head out and set High Charity to blow up. And I love that the Arbiter is the only character to come in and help Chief. And it really shows how the friendship has grown from the beginning, where Chief held a gun to Arbiter's face, and I love it.
We are aboard. Humans and elites. Will you not come with us, brother?
No. This is our fight. And I will see it finished.
Johnson, do you have the frigate?
Yes, ma'am. I'll land her as close to the control room as I can.
Safe is better than close, Sergeant Major.
Roger that. And ma'am, it's good to have you back.
Halo. It's so new, unfinished. I'm not exactly sure what will happen when we fire it.
We'll head for the portal, and we'll all go home.
So we go and we land on the Halo ring, which I love that this is the first time in this game that we are on a Halo ring, and the music at the beginning of the mission is just so perfect for the last mission of the game. And I also love just having to fight your way to the top of the control room and then having to defend yourself from the flood before you can head into the control room.
Yank me, Chief.
I'm not gonna lose her, too.
Oh, hello. Wonderful news. The installation is almost complete.
Terrific.
Yes, isn't it? I have begun my simulations. No promises, but initial results indicate this facility should be ready to fire in just a few more days.
We don't have a few more days.
But a premature firing will destroy the Ark.
Deal with it.
Will destroy this installation. Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Absolutely unacceptable! Protocol dictates action! I see now that helping you was wrong! You are the child of my makers, inheritor of all they left behind. You are Forerunner. But this ring is mine.
So we have to fight 3 for 3 Guilty Spark, and this is the only boss in this game, and it's not that great. It's not that great, and honestly kind of a boring fight to end the trilogy on.
I'm getting you out of here.
No, you're not. Don't let her go. Don't ever let her go. Send me out with a bang.
Chief, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, we activate Halo, and then we have to rush out of there and grab a Warthog and drive as fast as possible to the Forward Until Dawn, which I don't know how many times I always die from moments like this happening at this part of the last mission.
We'll make it.
It's been an honor serving with you, John.
I remember how this war started, what your kind did to mine. I can't forgive you. But you have my thanks for standing by him to the end. Hard to believe he's dead.
Were it so easy.
Things look different without the Prophet's lies clouding my vision. I would like to see our own world, to know that it is safe.
Fear not, for we have made it so.
By your word, Arbiter.
Take us home.
So that's the end of Halo 3, which is such a fantastic game, and I absolutely love it. And with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.
Chief? Can you hear me? I thought I'd lost you too.
What happened?
I'm not sure. When Halo fired, it shook itself to pieces. Did a number on the Ark. The portal couldn't sustain itself. We made it through just as it collapsed. Well, some of us made it. You did it. truth and the Covenant, the Flood, it's finished.
It's finished.
I'll drop a beacon, but it'll be a while before anyone finds us. Years, even. I'll miss you.
Wake me when you need me.